You know, I really thought I was cooking something up last night. I'm sitting at dinner with my lady, and I'm being the most romantic man on the planet by telling her in the middle of dinner about the New Orleans Pelicans and how good they've been since Dejounte Murray returned. I'm like, babe, listen. The New Orleans Pelicans have a lot of talent. They just haven't been good because they haven't had a leader. They've been missing a quarterback. And she was like, isn't a quarterback in football? And I was like, listen, it's a sports metaphor. Never mind. She doesn't really talk like that. I just thought that was funny. But it's true. Since getting Dejounte Murray back, he's like brought all of that talent together, and it's all started to look like it makes sense the last couple of games. And in his last 2 games, he's averaging 31, 6, and 5 on 68% from the field and 54% from 3. And don't forget one of the most disrespectful plays I've ever seen in my life watching basketball.
Dejounte, 3-ball. And it's going to be a technical. Yep, technical foul coming up. Sachet did everything he could, but Dejounte still got the triple.
I don't know how you see something like that and you don't just smile ear to ear. And, you know, this type of fire and this type of killer instinct is exactly what the New Orleans Pelicans need. Anyway, so I'm telling her all this, and she's very interested, of course. She loves nothing more than being out to dinner and talking about the NBA. And I tell her, I just watched the Houston Rockets lose a couple of nights ago. The Pelicans are good, and nobody knows it yet. The Pelicans are beating the Rockets tonight, and so I took the upset on DraftKings, and I took another upset that I'm not going to tell you guys what it is because it was stupid and it had no chance of hitting at all, but I took the Pelicans over the Rockets, and so Pelicans fans, it's probably my fault. They ended up pulling off one of the most ridiculous choke jobs I've ever seen in my life. Let's go right to the fourth quarter, 96-88. Dejounte Murray, lob to Yves Missi.
Kind of filling yourself up that road championship.
And the lob, Murray.
96-90. Dejounte Murray gonna work the screen for the switch and the mismatch. They call this mouse in the house.
Might have to help here. Might have to go.
An easy turnaround.
Might have to help here. 97-92. Dejounte Murray has made 9 shots in a row from the second quarter until the fourth, and Trey Murphy decides it's my turn, and then he decides, oh, no, it's not my turn. Somebody please come take the ball. Back to Dejounte. Now we only have 4 seconds on the shot clock. Just one of the worst possessions you'll ever see. And the miss, and then everybody falls all over each other, and the Rockets are running.
Rebound, Houston. Bodies go down. 3 Pelicans are retreating and slow to get back in the.
I feel like this was the start of the downfall. Even though this isn't even where they took the lead, I feel like this is the start of the disaster that was on its way. But we get a Herb Jones drive and kick out to Matkovic in the corner.
Off of the corner, Matkovic.
99-95, we're working the pick and roll again with Missi. Now we're scared of the lob, so we got to be back on our heels, so Dejounte's just going with the floater.
Shoot about 35% from 3 against them, an easy one.
99-97, 100-98, and the Rockets are paying so much attention to Dejounte Murray that they leave Zion Williamson 101. He gets forced to his right, but it doesn't matter.
It's a hard left.
Zion Williamson ties it up.
I'm telling you guys, the Pelicans have been a lot of fun to watch. 100-100, Kevin Durant passes it to a man on the floor, and it's a turnover. And it's Dejounte Murray running.
Stolen by Murray, 1-on-2.
And that would be called a goaltend. 102-100. Pelicans are up with 1 minute left. They're pulling off the comeback. 104-100, 25 seconds left. Jabari Smith Jr. in the corner.
Back out in the corner to Smith is 3. Good!
104-103, 21 seconds left. This is why you got to watch these recaps, because they didn't put this part on the NBA highlight reel. Pelicans up 104-103. Game should be over. Inbound to Dejounte Murray.
They go into Murray.
It looks like it was an intentional foul to get him to the free throw line, but he was out of bounds. They're up by 1 with 13 seconds left, and Dejounte Murray steps out of bounds.
They go into Murray, and he's fouled.
Oh, my goodness. 104-103, 12 seconds left. You know who's getting the ball, Kevin Durant. And look, I like Herb Jones. He's a good defender, but I'm bringing a double here. I'm doing something here. I'm not letting Kevin Durant go one-on-one. It's automatic.
Out of Durant, defended by Jones. He'll go with Jones. He'll shoot over the top.
That is just vintage KD. You knew it was going in. You knew it was going in.
The 2 gives the Rockets the lead.
After Durant puts the Rockets up 1 with a vintage mid-range jumper, the Pelicans have one more chance. 7 seconds left. Zion Williamson inbounding the ball.
Zion.
Just 2 of the worst turnovers you could ask for in the final seconds of the game, and the Houston Rockets win. That was a crazy end. But I am having fun watching the New Orleans Pelicans, and I mean, who doesn't want to see a vintage Kevin Durant game winner? Raptors beat the Phoenix Suns, and this one was kind of a crazy ending also. 112 to 110. Brandon Ingram puts Toronto up 4.
O'Neal on him. Spins.
Jalen Green on the other end, who he's been cooking lately. Phoenix down 4. The cross. The drive. Oh my God! He gets sent packing at the rim by Scotty Barnes. And let's talk about situational awareness real quick. You're in the lane. 4-point game. You just beat Scotty Barnes off the dribble, who has the most clutch blocks in the NBA this season. And instead of just going straight up and dunking it, you go for the cock back. You go for the cock back, and you get your shit sent. Raptors on the other end.
Scotty! Give him the defensive player of the year right now!
And that'll do it. It's time for funny things that happened last night in the NBA, presented by this show doesn't have a sponsor yet, but if you want that to be you, the contact information is in the description. James Harden, do you think, is this the wildest push-off you've ever seen?
Harden. Maybe a little push off, but
Guys, how do you not call this? Look at that. How do you not call that? How do you not call that? What are we doing, NBA? But something else crazy happened last night. You're going to want to see this because the NBA won't show you this one. Cleveland Cavaliers going in for a layup here. It's a miss. Dallas has the rock, okay? Stay with me here. Dallas gets the ball down the floor. All right, bad pass turnover by Chris Middleton. Out of bounds. Not only does the official right in front of that play give the ball back to the Mavericks, but the Mavericks inbound it and start going the wrong direction. And then everybody's like, hold on, we're going the wrong way. It was Donovan Mitchell in the backcourt that was actually like, hey, we're on this side of the court. Watch Donovan Mitchell in the back. Hey, what's going on here? It should be our ball, and they're going the wrong way. I'm so confused by this. First of all, how does the official give the Mavericks the ball right here after Chris Middleton just clearly just chucks it out of bounds and nobody touched it? But how do the Wizards come down the floor this way? I mean, the Mavs. They're playing like the Wizards. How do the Middleton played for the Wizards last year, right? How do the Mavs come down the floor this way and then just inbound the ball and start going the other way? How does that happen? And guys, we got to talk about this before we get out of here. Underdog Fantasy had a mural painted in LA of Kobe Bryant passing the torch to Bam Adebayo. I hope this is AI. Somebody please tell me this is AI. There's so many things wrong with this. First of all, the painting is fucking horrendous. This is Kobe disrespect on so many levels. The painting of Kobe is disrespectful because it's so bad. But passing the torch to Bam Adebayo, who manipulated and cheated the game an entire fourth quarter to break a record is ridiculous and unacceptable. But I get it. I know what you're doing, underdog. And I think this is strategic rage bait by Underdog Fantasy. This might be the most savage, intentional trolling rage bait we've ever seen. A business puts up a mural, but I feel like they said, let's make it really bad on purpose so that it gets shared around the internet a million times, and we'll just put the Underdog logo on it. It's really disrespectful to a legend who's no longer with us. But you know what, man? Business is business. I don't know. I expect nothing less from these betting companies. Thank you for tuning into another episode of Run It Back NBA. I love you. I'll see you on the next one.